Hey guys, it's Chels. Welcome to my car. I'm actually in Florida right now because I needed to get my dress fitted for the second time for the wedding, and then also Nick is in town to help out his dad for a few days with like flooring stuff and tractor work here on the farm. So I just wanted to do a video that would be kind of fun for me to do in my car, just kind of like hanging out. And I just hung out with the cow that they have. Oh. Whoa! Let me just scratch you. Let me just scratch you. See? I got you. You scrub in your little face. Oh. So yeah, Big Mac's pretty fun. Other than hanging out with cows, I quickly went to you guys on Instagram and asked what some of your assumptions are of me, and I told you to be somewhat nice, and most of you guys are, but there are some of you who just have like some pretty wild assumptions of me or my relationship and my past, and so I'm gonna address them today and just kind of react to them. And I saw this video floating around everywhere and it was just really fun to watch other people's. So here I am, like the 150th person to do it, maybe even more. We'll answer some of these. They're all on Instagram, so I'll try to insert them on the screen. So someone said, you really miss Illinois. That's where I am from, for those of you guys who don't know that. I'm from a place called Troy, Illinois. It's a small town. One thing that I miss the most about it all is just my friends. All of my friends who are at my wedding are in Illinois, so I don't get to see them very often. But I know that whenever I get to go over there and hang out with them, it's like nothing's ever really changed. We like all are just so close, and knowing that our friendship doesn't change even though the distance may be longer between us. And I know over the years it's going to be harder to keep that consistent, but I am determined to stay friends with my friends. And yeah, so I do miss Illinois, but I really love where I'm at now. I love Georgia. You love dogs. Yes, I do. So much so that we're getting one in April. It's a golden retriever. It's kind of like a cedarwood color, and so it's kind of on the reddish golden side, but we're so excited. And we have some friends who have dogs from this particular farm where they just raise a bunch of animals and dogs included, so we're really excited about that. You were popular in high school. I don't think that in high school it's a little different, because at my high school at least there were just different groups of people that weren't necessarily like, I don't think we have the same structure of most high schools where you can clearly depict who popular people are. But I would like to say that I was friends with a lot of people in different groups. I didn't necessarily hang out with like everyone, but I stuck close to my friends, and I lost a lot of friends going from middle school to high school because of the decisions that a lot of them made, and I just didn't want to be a part of it, and so like I couldn't really hang out with people when I didn't want to do what they wanted to do. So I tried to like just branch out and be friends with a bunch of other people, and one thing that happened that was great in senior year was I was a part of video production, and so that allowed me to go to like football games and take videos of everyone and try to be like friendly and like everybody's friend. Of course there were some people who just didn't like me. There was just this one particular guy, I'll just do a little short story, and right in the middle of English class, like I was supposed to be presenting, and he said, "We don't need to hear your presentation, we're sure it is SHIT already." And I was like, oh, okay, like I didn't really understand why he was coming at me like that, but he was also kind of like a naturally angry person. And I truly hope he's doing well. I know he has like anger tendencies, and I don't want to say anything bad about him, but he bullied me a lot, and I was just kind of like, geez, I don't get why you're so mean, but it's okay, we got through it. You don't really care about good grades, but just passing your classes. So this is kind of like half true, half not true, because I got so butthurt and so sad whenever I would get really bad grades in math in high school. But the thing is, I put in so much work to even get a C in that class. And in every other class, I got A's and B's. And so I figured those are pretty good grades, and it came kind of easy to me. But math was with that one class where I stayed 2 to 3 hours after school to get tutoring, and I still barely passed classes in math. So it was rough, but I would say that I have to give myself grace in subjects like that because, you know, it's just hard. Also, Nick is going by me on the tractor. We really are out here in the middle of the farm. He's probably like, why is she doing a video in her car? I'm doing a video in my car, by the way, because it is kind of dark in the house and I don't really have great lighting. And I know that I can rely on the lighting of the sky, so we're out here. Another assumption, you're not stressing about your wedding. That is true. I really am not stressing about it. The only thing I'm kind of like stressed out about is making sure that it all goes smoothly. But I have a friend's mom that I asked to kind of like coordinate things the day of, and so I don't have to pay someone like $1,200 to coordinate a day. And that's kind of how some of those people are priced at. Like, they're pretty expensive. So to have a friend's mom who knows me well, who like pretty much was like a second mom to me, it'll go smoothly. I know that she'll handle everything well. That you and Nick want a big dog family. That is very true. We want to have a lot of dogs, especially before we decide to start having kids. And we just like dogs. We love animals in general. I particularly love dolphins. Those are my favorite animals ever, but dogs are like, they're the best. I love dogs. Man, a lot of you guys assume that I'm stress-free for the wedding. That's kind of good. I guess I carry that sort of ambiance or vibe, so that's a good thing. I assume you sometimes feel out of place in the South being from the Midwest. That is not really that true, I don't think. I don't really feel out of place where I live. I, if anything, feel more at home, because the Midwest was just kind of like, I don't really know how to describe it because the people were great. Like, I love the people that I grew up with and the people that I'm friends with, but everybody's just kind of more happy in the South, if that makes sense. Like, people are just down to hang out more. They're down to like do this or that and be spontaneous. And it may be the crowd that I hang around, but I don't know, I just find myself pretty at home in the South. There are some things that I had to get used to, was like the lingo and the food and the portions and stuff. Like, even within the Midwest and the South, the portion sizes are super different and food is much more dense in the South. My mom just had like some dishes at home that she rotated a lot that were kind of on the lighter side, and I kind of miss that sometimes because food is so heavy here and you have to really watch yourself to like not gain weight in the South. There's Nick again. I don't even know what he's doing. He's like, oh, he's mowing the lawn with a tractor. You've lost a lot of money because you aren't as popular as you used to be. I don't know why though. That is very true. I don't make as much money as I used to from AdSense, as my views aren't as high as they used to be. When I was younger, I got a lot of views on like certain costume tutorials, and those videos are still like my most popular. Like, each month I get a lot of views from those. And I've just found that like YouTube is something that I'm so used to, and it feels like home to me, to where it's hard for me not to post. And even though my income has gone way down, I still really enjoy it, and it still is enough to where I can pay like my $340 a month rent. That's how much my rent is right now, guys. That's amazing. It's really not that bad because I live in a house with 3 girls. So when Nick and I move in together, we got a 2-bedroom apartment. I'm sure we'll show you guys and do videos and stuff. It's about $900, which is much less than what he's paying on a studio apartment right now, so it kind of evens out and we're able to split between both of our incomes. So it'll work out well. I can't even remember. Oh, the question was about money. That's why I said that. But I just had to turn on my car because it is so dang hot. Yikes. I assume you thought Nick was the one since you guys met. This is kind of like a in-between answer, I guess, because I knew initially when I saw him that I was attracted to him and that there was something totally different about him than I've ever noticed in any other guy. But I don't think I could say like, yes, like I know I'm gonna marry him just from looking at him. But I do think I can say I knew he was different, and I knew that the relationship that we were going to have was going to be different. And if anything, that difference should be that it's a pursuit and that it's for marriage, and we were both like dating each other intentionally for marriage. And he just had something different about him, and the Lord kind of confirmed to me in my heart like that he was a good step and that he was the right one. So yeah, I don't think it was like love at first sight, but I do think it was definitely attraction at first sight, and also knowing that there was something different. And I don't know if you guys have ever felt that before, if you're engaged or married, or you currently feel like that with someone, but it's something that is just like kind of inexplainable. You and Nick want lots of kids. Probably not. We honestly want like 2 at the minimum and 3 at the max, but we don't know. Like, we don't know what the future will hold, how we'll change, and we do have a thought in our mind of how long we want to wait and all of that, but we have not like decided on how many we want to have. And Nick and I are both like, we'll be happy with whatever we get, but he really wants 2 boys and I want a boy and a girl, or 1 boy and 2 girls, because that's what was in my family, and I really think it worked well. So you had second thoughts about going to college. I did have second thoughts about going to college. Initially, I was gonna go to California. It didn't end up working out. I took a year off, then I went to a community college, switched to an online college, and now taking a semester off. Didn't really realize that I was gonna do that. It's not a full semester, I'll start in April, but I am going to a school where you do it in 6-month increments and you pay a flat rate fee, and it's all online, and you can progress as fast as you want or as slow as you want. And so I really think that this school fits me, and I'll be doing it until I graduate, most likely. You want to work in the mission field full-time after you and Nick get married. I don't know. I want to support Nick in all that he's doing, and he's going to be an evangelist, so probably like be heavily involved in all of that. And I would assume that what I do is going to be very similar to along the lines of what Nick does as well, but also I have different gifts and abilities than he does, and so it's going to look much different. And I think we both want to put the same message out to the world, but going to be doing it in totally different ways and support each other along the way. So those are some assumptions. My battery is about to die and it's getting really hot in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and go, but look forward to a Wedding Wednesday video. I'm really excited for this one, and I can't wait to talk to you guys more and update you on more things and all of that. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Deuces.